are you playing these games?
Let's start the show.
Where's the intro song?
Welcome.
You is just making me mad this week. I'll just say that. You cannot. Oh my God. Fuck you,
We're going to start the show off.
No. Listen.
Right.
You is the most dawdlish Negro I've ever met in my life. You know what time we got here about 2 hours ago. We have spent the last hour with him fucking around with the ring light. He's got this porno light up in my face now. Fucking to go outside and smoke weed by water. Now he spent the last half hour trying to find an intro song like we shouldn't have had that sorted out from jump. And wait. And he's ill. He's come here. He didn't tell me this beforehand. He looks like, I don't know, like he's not slept in 3 months. Like he's ill, he's all over the place, and he didn't have the goodwill to tell me that before, and you're sniffling right now. Just to make it worse, I saw you wipe that bit of snot. You just wiped that snot all over your cashmere, cashmere cardigan.
All right. Are we ready to start the show?
Have we started?
Okay.
All right, cool.
Welcome to your girl's crusty foot.
Welcome. I've got nothing to add to the intro. You do your intro.
Okay.
All right, cool. Let's go.
Now, welcome to Wednesday, the 9th of March, episode 2 of your girl's crusty foot.
He tries to make it so professional. Like, welcome to the 9th of March today. I'm just going to be on you all episode now.
All episode. You've
taken my gist. You've taken the
I'm getting your
from my
spirit
wings.
back. That's the good thing. You see, I can see it in your face. I'm getting your spirit back.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't.
Cool. Right.
You're mistaking anger for spirit.
Yeah. Your Girls Crusty Foot podcast. Our
Foot
weekly
podcast.
roundup of what's out there, what's going on, what we feel like discussing. Yeah. T might go on a tangent today. He's already told me from before the show. And I've got a list of discussion topics that I want to get through.
What was the feedback you got from last week's show? I'll tell you, the number one question I got was, why is it called Your Girl's Crusty Foot?
Yeah, exactly. Explain that to us, T.
Because if you scroll, listen, there's not a human being alive, not from my community anyway, that's going to scroll past. I'll be told don't bang on the desk as well. All right?
Yeah, don't bang on the desk. I've told you that.
You cannot scroll past the name of that title and not think, what the fuck is this? What's going on here? You can't.
I appreciate that. True.
Yeah. And you know what my friend said as well? She watched it and she went and got her feet done the next day.
Oh,
it
there
made
we
her
go.
conscious. We're spreading consciousness throughout our community.
There we go.
You hit a button there trying to get a little sound off there, didn't you? It didn't happen. You lost your sound effects.
My sound effects. The hell's wrong with this?
Yeah, they
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Okay.
What the hell was that?
Okay, my sound effects are back.
Was that Drake? Was that Drake? Congratulations. What was that?
This is
Stop
what
the cap.
Did you do that yourself?
Yeah, I did that myself.
When did you do that?
What do you mean?
When did you do that?
What? Put the intros in.
When did you put like your sounds onto for soundboard thing there? So
Bro,
you just
you've
press a
got to
button.
be, you've got to be technological, producer.
I don't believe it. No, that was here last week.
Yeah, we know.
Can I just say your misuse of that button last week was flagrant. Man said World War III. Like, yo, what are we excited about here? What are we celebrating?
Oh, okay. Let's start the show.
All
Right. Today, I actually wanted to discuss something that came up last week. I think it came up probably when we left the show, to be fair.
Okay.
But it's been digging in me. And it's
been digging in you.
Yeah, it's been digging in me. So basically, Charlene White,
Charlene White,
news presenter on ITV. She was on Loose Women.
Okay.
Yeah, black woman. I'm not sure if you know who she is.
I gauged that from the name Charlene White. Now, you can't assume that, but it was a definite indicator.
Okay, so remember our rant last week about the blacks crossing over in Ukraine?
For blacks crossing over to Ukraine, yeah.
Yeah, our people crossing over to Ukraine.
Right.
So crossing over from Ukraine and trying to get refuge from the war.
Yeah.
So basically, Charlene was on TV and Loose Women, and they were discussing the war and the things that had gone, things that are starting to hurt them, basically.
Right.
There was a lady on there, I believe her name was Janet Street Porter.
Janet Street Porter. She looks like she gives birth to cigarettes. She just is the grittiest looking human being I've seen in my life. And she's always looked like that. I remember when she was a kid, she literally just looked like tobacco with red hair. She has not changed at all. But go on.
Right. So she was on there. At first, they gave her a piece. She was talking about the children in the war, how upsetting it's been.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Then Charlene said her truth. And she said, oh, you know what's actually been upsetting me is the way the black people have been treated. We've been seeing blacks being taken off buses, and they're exactly the same as everyone else. All they're trying to do is catch refuge. She went on for about, I say, a minute, bro.
Right.
Yeah, you can see in her face she was hurt. You know what Janet Street reporter said?
What?
But
I won't find. Go on.
But, bruv, it was something that there needed not to be a but. It was just someone, you said your piece about the children. She said her piece about things that are upsetting her. But.
Yeah.
Just because it's about black people.
What came after the but?
To be fair, the but just outraged me enough for me not to listen.
Yeah,
I probably can remember, but I can't actually remember right now. But, and then, you know, what proceeded after that was, Charlene White is now using the race card. Why is she on Loose Women using the race card? It's about the war. You know, we should be talking about the war. Why is she talking about the race card?
Yeah. You know what?
Excuse me?
That's cool. You know what? For me, you can feel like that, innit? Like, they keep saying this race card thing to kind of devalue it.
Yeah.
And you can feel like that. That's cool. But she's within her right to speak her truth. I'm within the right to feel the way I feel.
Exactly.
Right now, I ain't gonna lie. I don't think there's many black people in the country who didn't see, continuing to see this footage of us trying to get into countries, get turned away at the borders, pushed off buses, whatnot, who's not feeling a little bit like, yeah, okay, all right, cool, well, it's a war, okay, white violence, fine.
But
Nah.
yeah.
Listen, I would never not condemn killing of innocent people, but like I say, I like the point she is making. Even in the face of all of this, they still got time to be like, no, not you, nigga. And
That's
I'm
what
sick
saying.
of seeing the footage,
That
to be
is
honest.
sick.
Yeah.
That is it. So, that's all my little point about that anyway.
Alright, so
it was a brief intro.
last week you was kind of like the whole feeling was like, oh well, what are they doing there anyway? Is that changed now? Is it no longer what are they doing there now? It's just like we're all behind our brothers in Kiev.
Oh well, that was the general feeling of your friends and everyone else. That wasn't my feeling.
I'll try to put it to my
That
friends.
was my feeling.
I'll put it to my
because
friends.
they were Nigerians.
What
I
was
know
the-
they were Nigerians, and I know Nigerians are out everywhere trying to find where opportunities are.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
They are everywhere. Listen, I've been to countries where I thought I would never find black people. There is a Nigerian community and they're
That's
selling
it.
things.
That's it.
They are trading.
That's it.
It might look a little shady around the area. But yeah,
people.
no, they are.
Yeah, so they
out
have
there.
full right to be there, man. They have full
Yeah,
right to
man,
be
lots
there,
of
and they have
students
full
and all
right
sorts, yeah.
to claim asylum from the war, just as everyone else. You know what I mean? What I heard recently was the Charlene White thing. She was actually saying there was a British student
Yeah, I
out
saw
there,
that as
a
well.
black guy,
Yeah.
and you get me. So he's not even. Let's say he's actually a British
Yeah,
citizen.
he's got a British passport.
He's got a
which
British
usually-
passport. You know what I mean?
Listen, I've been to I remember being in Germany one time, and we got into it with like these two police officers, and I said, like, you know, big man, put your badge down and we'll fight it out, innit? Man, put his badge down, swear it down, man, railed up, and then I have my British passport, so I'm taking my stuff out, like, okay, cool. His colleagues see the British passport, like, hold on. Took the passport, look, said, okay, you go.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a different treatment. That's another thing as well. I'm not going to lie to you. This is the fucked up thing that a lot of countries you go to, if you got like an American or British passport, you're going to get treated better than if they're treating you like, oh, it's African straight from, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, that's the mad thing that's, we can't let that kind of become a thing. We have to remain solidified with our brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Those that don't have our passports, you mean?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course,
yeah.
man.
Can't just be like, oh, I've got
Can't
British
just like, I've
passport.
got a
I'm
British
cool.
passport,
So,
leaving
you know what I
by.
mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. So let's segue. It's still stick with Russia, but I see something you wrote on here about Russian vodka being removed from Sainsbury's.
Yeah, Sainsbury's are doing the most, innit? You know, I feel like every company is just trying to like appease people by doing all these little token gestures. So they're like, okay, they're taking Russian vodka off of the shelves in Sainsbury's. A move I'm sure is gonna just be diabolical to many alcoholics out there, man. Cause you know, Smirnoff was a hitter for a lot of people.
So we're talking Smirnoff.
I'm not sure whether like what else they got. They got that thing where with that the
I know
black
it's always
and white
red.
label,
Yeah. Black and white.
Yeah, like black and white label or black and grey, and it's all in Russian writing. So I don't know what the fuck it's called, but that one's been around for a little while.
Okay. So what's your thoughts on this whole thing?
That's all tokenism, innit? They got like they changed the names of chicken Kievs to chicken Kiev, like just
The
change
capital of
spelling.
Ukraine, basically.
Yeah. So the solidarity, like, so when you buy your chicken Kievs, you're thinking, so I'm doing my part. Like I don't.
Okay, so we've got
tokenism, innit?
Smirnoff, Absolute, Kettle One.
What are these like Russian brands in Sainsbury's?
Apparently.
I wonder if it's gonna spread to like the, to the corner shops and off licenses and whatnot. Because you take Smirnoff out of them off licenses. Woo! They still got their Glens, but listen, Smirnoff is like when you got a drinking problem but you don't accept it. Glens is when you're like, fuck it, I drink too much, I don't care, I've got a problem. Smirnoff is like you're still trying to remain a little bit classy with it.
Oh, for real. Also, Chelsea. Another Russian problem.
Oh yeah, he's selling Chelsea, innit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But apparently they're not. Because he hasn't been hit with the sanctions yet, Chelsea's not for sale yet.
All right, so
but apparently he's on the list, obviously, to be hit with sanctions.
I think what he done was he was smart and he said like, boom, when we sell the club, the money is going towards Ukrainian victims.
Okay.
So you can't then push the sale of the club.
Right.
Now it's like, okay, it's going to somewhere. So I think he brought him a little bit of leeway in that respect.
Okay.
I've seen all that stuff and like these consortiums ready to buy Chelsea. Mm-hmm. None of your Nigerian brothers in there.
No.
Surprised.
Yeah, I know why.
Surprised, yeah.
We're staying away from Chelsea right now.
Yeah, I'm surprised after John Obi Mikel, it was like, the Nigerian fan base in Chelsea went zoosh. So I thought it would have been a...
Nah. Then they had Essien, innit? So it went Ghanaian, innit?
Yeah. Was that, as a Nigerian, was that like a thing in your community? It's like, yo, we don't fuck with Chelsea no more. They sold it.
They sold it to Essien and the rest of the Guardian massive. But no. Next one on my list, to be fair, is Melinda Gates' divorce from Bill Gates.
Right.
Now, I see, obviously, this is on the list now because it's recent, because Melinda's finally come out and started speaking about the whole thing that happened.
He's in trouble, isn't he?
It did happen last year. It happened,
trouble.
they've been divorced now for a whole year. But obviously she was recently on the CBS morning show.
Gayle
King. Discussing the divorce, discussing Bill meetings with Epstein, how disgusted she felt with him meeting with Epstein. Did
she go into the details of like what she felt might have taken place in these meetings?
Well, she went into a little detail in the terms of, she said she actually asked to meet Epstein herself at one of the occasions, and the moment she walked in the room, she felt disgusted.
Yeah, it's easy to say that in hindsight.
Exactly.
Like, where were you saying that like then?
Exactly.
You know what I mean, now you're divorced, you're trying to throw the man under the bus. Because you know that's what it is. By the time you say, I divorced him because of Epstein, that just opens up a whole other bag of questions.
True. But I think she said she divorced him because of the cheating. And she said Epstein was one of the several things that led to the divorce. So but most of it cheating, was probably the cheating.
Epstein's underage girls' island. I don't know, that sounds like
sounds like the same, to be fair,
yeah. I think you're going to see a lot of that. I'm not sure. If you're that rich, you got disclaimers. I'm guessing she's probably waived.
Yeah, no, because she didn't actually say anything about Bill.
Yeah.
Anything they spoke about Bill, she said, you're going to have to ask Bill about those questions. So she can do
that white woman thing and just drop like subtle, like, bah, bah, bah.
Yeah, subtle hints about what she can explain about, but anything else, you're going to have to ask Bill. Because it's got nothing to do with me.
Real sticky.
It's like they even asked her about the cheating. They said, oh, we heard it was numerous cheatings, more than one. She said, I can say I wasn't pleased, but you're going to have to ask Bill about that. Like, it's like, yeah, I mean, what kind of disclaimers have you signed?
You know what that does? That's like, you sign a disclaimer, but that's just putting bare pressure onto him. So now that's like saying, okay, next time you interview Bill Gates, ask him about what happened in Epstein's Island, ask him about his affairs, and all of that. And now they can say, well, Melinda said there's more to the story. Like, would you like to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
So it's like, it's kind of making it hard for him in the near future to have any kind of conversation about, the things he likes to discuss, destroying Africa or spreading COVID throughout the world, or
but yeah, she did say that her life now is all about philanthropy And she believes that if you're a billionaire, you should be able to give away half your income.
That is, you know what she is? She is a golden ticket for someone. I'm sure.
Yeah, she
there's
did
gonna
say
be
she's out there looking as well.
Yeah,
She's out there looking to date.
She
But
must be.
I think the key thing about this as well, someone said at work, what was it yesterday?
Mark Odom's gonna get it.
The quickest way women are becoming billionaires is by having a divorce.
Oh, is it?
That was someone's comment yesterday.
Well,
because obviously we've had
Bezos.
Bill Gates, Bezos,
Mm.
yeah, and they're now two of the richest women in the world, literally.
Melinda's kind of got her own money, though, ain't she?
I don't know.
She
had her own thing in Microsoft. Yeah,
Yeah,
she's a
yeah,
computer scientist in her own right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in her own right, she is her own person.
The one thing I'll say about those ladies is I don't think you're a Bill Gates or a Jeff Bezos and just marry a chick who's just like
After your money.
yeah,
Just
pretty
because
and
they
got
were with
no
them
brains.
for like Melinda and Finn were married for like over 20-something
Yeah,
years.
and she must have
They were there
she must
before the
have a
money.
good substantial amount of intelligence because
course.
what are they going to talk about?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? They're talking about soap operas. They're talking about kind of scientific, analytical, geographical stuff. So, yeah, I'd assume they probably got enough about them to kind of generate peace afterwards. But yeah,
Yeah. So Melinda French
it's not
Gates.
it's not like a footballer's wife where they get divorced and it's like,
Oh,
yeah, she's coming for all your pay, and then she's gonna go on Celebrity Love Island and basically make a career off of your name after that. Cause
yeah. Melinda French Gates says she's going by now.
Melinda French Gates.
French is a maiden name. Yeah.
Okay.
So she's carrying on her philanthropy and carrying on moving forward in Africa. That was her first
Is that first?
her first thing she said.
Oh shit!
She's carrying on helping Africa.
Africa trembled.
But she wants to go there without just giving them money. She wants to go there and listen to their ideas and listen to their ways of actually improving their nation, rather than just giving them money and saying this is how it should be done.
Yeah, renewable
so-
energy, build up renewable energy plants, maybe help to buy out, give rights back to the people.
Rather than just taking it from them.
Yeah, all the mining there that goes on, really the money's going to here, there, and there, could be going to the actual people or the community. It's worth having kids down there mining for like 10 pence, and then, the proceeds go off and what they mined actually gets sold for millions. So yeah, we could do something to readdress it. I don't think it's that hard. I don't think it's that hard to see the issues.
It's tough.
Dealing with them might
because they
be
got
different
China.
thing, but see the
You've
issues.
got China as well, trying to mine into Africa, and China's helping, but in the long run, are they helping? That's the question.
Yeah, that's a whole bigger question, isn't it? So like, yeah, it's not just China. You've got like a whole host of countries who kind of had their finger in Africa for a long time. It's propped up Europe for a long time. The race, China obviously started buying.
There's
up
a race for Africa.
Yeah, America trying to get back in there, and because obviously you got a lot of resources and you got a lot of people. So
Yeah, exactly, it's the most resourceful continent in the world.
It's always been that. I've got to say, this is a thing as well. Yeah, a lot of things have been construed as racism, and they're financial. So things like this, we got like such a resource-rich country. It becomes more than just I hate these people to kind of build an image of us as being like less civilized or people you just take from without thinking about it. It's financial, you know what I'm saying? Like as long as they can keep this kind of this vision of how this depiction of Africa, then yeah, they still feel free to just take.
Exactly. That is true. That is very true. So moving on from Africa, my dear friend, back to England, back to, I'd say, the Premier League, and something saddened. Another fan collapsed in the stands this week.
Yeah, it's a lot of that.
This is a larger topic, obviously, because it relates more to. We don't know why the fan collapsed. Do you know why the fan collapsed?
I don't. I'm not seeing the actual reasoning behind it. But I'm guessing, everything's been like heart stuff, innit?
Yeah.
Everything's been like heart attacks and heart
football
failures.
players, fans, just in general, people just. I would say.
Everyone's wondering why.
Why?
Where's it coming from?
Do you have any thoughts on why? Obviously, the skepticism says COVID vaccines.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, a lot of that talk in there.
That is the massive big talk in there.
It's hard to know in it because until you kind of see, and the thing is, I don't feel like we get any kind of real information now.
No,
we kind of
we
get
don't.
tailored information from the authorities who have the information, and you get the counterbalance of everyone who wants it to be vaccines. Like before they even know, they're like, "Oh, it's the vaccine. He was vaccinated."
Yeah.
That's usually the first question people ask when anything happens now. They're so polarized and people want to know, was he vaccinated, wasn't that vaccinated? If he's vaccinated, all the anti-vaxxers are going to be like, yo, it's because of that. If he's not vaccinated, all the pro-vaxxers will be like, yo, it's because he weren't vaccinated. So it's like, you don't really know what
And to
information.
find the actual information, for
Yeah.
example, online, things are just getting disseminated everywhere. So it's like,
Disseminated.
Yeah.
I feel like, all right, break down disseminated.
like for example, yeah.
I know you love throwing in words.
No,
like,
I'm
just
being
throwing me.
serious. It's like, okay, for example, yeah, we've got, if you Google search something, yeah, you've got places where you will go to, yeah, and then it will then tell you that this information isn't necessarily true. They'll have that COVID banner on the bottom. So what I mean by disseminated is like, so I can go here, I can go here. Information is being put here, there, and everywhere, and you don't know what's actually true.
Do you trust, like, so when you see the
banner.
yeah, the banners, which are supposed to kind of align people to this is true information, do you trust him?
No, because I believe those banners have just been thrown out there on everything that just mentions COVID. So without someone actually researching, literally, because come on, how many times has someone put something online, and how many computers are going to check these algorithms and check what someone's saying to actually know, okay, this is actually facts? Because those banners are put on there from time COVID is mentioned, and that's a computer. That's not someone actually checking those facts. Every single post that's going on, someone actually checking those facts to see, okay, this is true and this is not true. So because of that, that's why I think those banners have just been thrown out there on anything that mentions COVID
So I wonder
without
what
actually fact checking.
So what triggers the banners then? If it's not like, if it's automated, then what would it take to trigger the banner?
Mate, you could post something now and just say COVID and the banner will come up.
I know, but so obviously I could post it, or because someone could post something which is pro-vaccination and it's not going to get taken down, or someone else might post something who's considered a reliable source of information. So what is it? You say it's automated. What do you think it is that like triggers?
No, I think those, even if you say something that's pro-COVID, regardless of whether the post is taken down or not, it will still have that banner at the bottom.
That's not true though.
Yeah.
I post this all the time that don't get that banner.
Because I've seen pro-COVID stuff and it still has that banner on it. And I've seen things that against COVID and it still has that banner on it.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like the kind of controlling the information they try to do. It's like, remember a couple of years ago when everyone started, like, the internet started to get real useful for people who wanted information outside of like the sphere of Western media, and everyone suddenly could fact check things and be like, oh, they're saying that, but really, it's what happened. And it became like a race to kind of like take control of the narrative again. And that's what you're doing with these banners, man, because that's like saying, okay, well, we have to give approval for this to be considered real information.
Yeah.
And while we don't know who the this is, who is giving the approval, and who are they to decide whether, you know what I mean? Do we trust them to be the guides of what is true information and what is false information?
True. But I can definitely say, in terms of this vaccine, I have like my dad took the vaccine and
yeah, I remember
ended
that,
up in
yeah.
hospital from the vaccine. Direct. There was a direct
See,
correlation.
even saying that right now, that could get like the show pulled. I swear that's how it works. Like you say something like that, and then suddenly it's like, ooh,
But it's facts.
yeah,
And he's still on blood thinners still now because it caused blood clots in his stomach, in his chest, in his lungs, all over his body.
That's all sticky, man. Because it's
Now-
like there's a lot of footballers and a lot of like people in the crowd. Obviously, have had kind of these incidents or whatnot, and we just don't know. Like you say, your pops, and you talk to people, and they'll often tell you like, yeah, they got vaccinated and whatever. But you never really get that information portrayed that way by the time it hits the screen. So, yeah, it's scary times.
Scary times.
Scary times.
Say that I'm vaccinated. You're not vaccinated.
Ah.
Exactly. But nothing happened to me. So it's 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 something that. To be fair, I got vaccinated so I could travel. I didn't want to pay the fine. I didn't want to pay the the fees to get tested.
I know you already. We'll choose the cheaper options. They said mild heart attacks. Or possibilities for side effects are heart attacks, death. Your toes fall off. But it's gonna save you money. I know you're still taking that save the money option. I know you.
Oh gosh. Anyway, right. Rap world responds to Young Boy.
Oh shit! Yeah.
You know, on last week's show, yeah, you didn't actually tell me what the Young Boy track was about. I don't think we actually got.
Nah, because it's just like it was just like a lot. Fuck Gucci. It's like just the wild, just like a wild track. But basically, it was about Lil Durk and basically fuck everyone who works with him, fuck everyone who likes him, fuck everyone who's been in the studio with him, fuck everyone who shouted him on Instagram, fuck you if you've ever added him. It was just like that.
Okay. So it was just mainly aimed at Lil Durk.
Lil Durk, Boosie, Gucci. Who else got a shout in there? They're the ones I mainly remember because they're the ones that come back with response songs.
Okay.
And you know them man as well, like, you don't really call out Boosie. I don't really hear Boosie get called out a lot. That's a rare thing for me. It's one of them stand-up OGs that's like, yeah, they just leave him alone kind of thing.
But he called him out.
Yeah, he called him out still.
And Boosie come back?
Yeah, Boosie released a track. Gucci's released a track. I mean, it's all great promo for his album. Like, whatever that's at. You know what the pettiest thing in the world was? They had like a King Von album coming out on like maybe last Friday. So I think Young Boy released an album on the same day called Better Than His. I was like, oh, the pettiness. Oh, the pettiness.
I think I see, I woke up this morning and I see not King Von, Lil Durk on interview with Gilly and...
Wallow thing.
Yeah, and Wallow sitting there with a wad of money just on the table everywhere and I think that was his response. His response to him being a young boy. But I didn't actually get to watch it properly.
Yeah. So but it's gonna be a tragedy, innit? It's gonna be another hip hop tragedy called out. Something's gonna give way
go
what
that
I
way.
said. Yeah, probably.
Oh wow.
Yeah, probably. It's like, don't we expect it now? I don't. When rappers come out now, I don't expect them to be around too long. That's why, like, I usually, when there's a young rapper that comes out, I will spread the word to them. Because I'm like, appreciate the 2 years you have with this artist. Because after that, it could go anyway, you know? You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's not funny, but yeah.
It's not funny, man. Like, the lifespan of a rapper right now is real drastic.
And that's funny, you know, because I was watching the Game interview recently on Drink Champs.
Wild.
And no, it's just relevance was the Game was like, when he came into hip-hop, yeah, because obviously he was young with the whole Biggie and Tupac thing.
Yeah.
When he came into hip-hop, he thought it was real. Like, but he came in and it was fake.
Bro, every rapper says that though. I swear there's like a handbook or shit the rappers need to say in the interview. First is, yeah, man, I grew up in the real hood. We really suffered. And when I got into the industry, man, I thought it was all real. Turned out it's all fake. They weren't ready to deal with a brother like me. That's why I got blackballed. It's always the same shit they say. Always.
But I'm just saying that was his depiction, but now it's real. It's not
real.
That fake shit.
Yeah,
no more. It's too real. Like,
Oh yeah.
You're like, people are actually gonna die. You know?
Yeah, very quickly. Yeah. This is what we created, man. This is what we asked for. So this is what it is now. People always kind of put brainwash the culture onto other people, but then sometimes got to look at ourselves and say, like, we spent a long time saying these rappers aren't real. Oh yeah, you know.
For real.
Rappers now coming out, they feel like even if they weren't even like on that path, they're gonna feel that pressure to be on that path because how else? Yeah,
that's tough, man.
Yeah, it's a problem. You know, I was listening to you was talking about the Central C album last week.
Yeah.
So I've thought, let me check out a couple little bits. I did clock one track on there as well. Like I'm not even sure that was on the album, but I caught the video still like the Euro. They got like a Euro thing with like. Got like a French rapper that comes out like just the clear. and a Spanish rapper that's like, hola mi canabanina.
Okay.
And then like the Dutch rapper, you know what I'm saying?
He went straight international with it.
Yeah, well, like a Euro thing. They're like all the slums of Europe kind of thing.
Okay.
I thought that's a fucking genius concept still. There's so much things that they're doing now that I'm like, I wanted to do that, man. I swear, my younger days as an artist, these are the ideas I had that I've seen done. I really wanted to bring like a Scouse rapper in. I always felt like they had that certain accent. And that certain, you know how he's in Liverpool still, they got a story to tell. So I always wanted to be the one to do that. So when I've watched other artists doing it, I'm kind of like, great. But like, man, I don't want to do that. And I feel that about the Euro team, man. I think that's a little genius.
Snoop did that recently, actually.
What?
That's what I was telling you about. Snoop had this whole Def Jam album, and he brought in Benny Banks from the UK. He had someone else from France.
I said Benny Banks.
Yeah.
When's the last time you heard that name? I'm just saying like you brought in Benny Banks, like that's normal now. Like what? Like when was this album?
Def Jam album, because he became president of Def Jam recently. Yeah, so it was like within 2 months ago.
I have never heard of this. What's the album called?
I have to find it for you, man. Keep talking and I'll find it for you.
Cool. I have never even heard of this album. I would say the promotion, if this is like, yeah, maybe it's just not reached me, but I would say the promotion's got to be fairly poor. If you got like your first Def Jam release and you got like this compilation with artists from all over the place, you would expect to have heard of it. But then he bought Death Row a couple of weeks later, didn't he? So
yeah, he did. I know. And then that went, that's it. Algorithm.
That's the name of the.
That's the name of the album.
I've heard someone say that. Not just the word algorithm, but there's an album called Algorithm.
What it do, low? Yeah.
Copyright infringement.
We up in this motherfucker.
Benny
So
the
who's on
Butcher.
there? Who is on the album, my friend?
He's got a whole lot of artists on the album, you know.
Well, can read them out then, fella. We think.
We've got a mix of Redman, Method Man.
Right, what about the 90s like that, yeah?
Yeah, he's got YK Yaris, Malaya.
Hey, what? YK what?
YK Osiris.
I love when you don't know the artist.
I know, that's that light skin guy.
You just try to freestyle the names like, yeah, YK artist. Like, it's cool. Like, no, it's pulled up.
YK Osiris,
Osari,
that light skin
yeah,
guy, that sings.
I've never heard a song from him. All I know is he owes everybody money. That's all I know about him. I've never heard.
Every time I used to see that guy with all the rappers, I used to think he was a rapper. But then I heard his song and he's actually a whole singer.
But there's a thin line between the rapper and the singer now.
True,
like,
true. Drake crossed it.
Say Lil Durk's almost a singer. Like 80% of the music is like
it's singing. Yeah, exactly. We've got Eric Bellinger, Snoop and Usher.
Nah, this is 90'd out.
Fabulous and Dave East.
Okay, brought Dave. Dave East is like that transition between the 90s and the 2000s.
I love Dave.
Do you?
Yeah.
I've never I wouldn't have thought you was a Dave artist. Dave
come on.
East
He's
fan.
New York. He's straight. I'm New York fan, so he's New York.
What? What's this?
Come
This is
on,
the first
man.
I've heard of this.
Come on.
No,
Dave-
man, because I say Stars P, you start telling me about like
Go on.
Chris Brown. You know what I'm saying? Like you got the most to say about like that certain 90s New York culture as well. So I never would have had you down as that.
Come on, Nas.
I've never heard you really play like
yeah,
him.
man. One of my favorite artists in the world is Nas.
I've never heard you play Nas.
I played Nas's new album to you, and you were like,
When was this?
this was like a couple months ago when it first came out.
What new album? I didn't see you a couple of months ago. Why you're a liar? You're a liar.
I'm telling you.
What
Nas'
album
new
was it? Like the last one with
The last one, man. The one that was, I would
one
say,
with
took
Eminem
it
on
back.
it.
Took it back. Was there Eminem on that album?
The one they got the track called EPMD, and it's got like
Yeah,
EPMD,
yeah.
and then Eminem comes in, riggedy thing, and what it is.
Magic.
Is that what?
That's the album I'm talking about. Magic.
Is that the same album?
No.
What? So for starters, you've never played me this album because I've never heard of it. Let me see,
Now that album, you need to take a listen to that album. That album's real good.
bro. Like, when does this come out? This is not. I don't know. I don't understand what's going on here. So this is not. This is neither of the albums I was talking about.
Of course, because that's his last album that he's released.
But I've never heard of this.
Because you're not a Nas fan.
You're a fool. This is probably some bootleg mixtape or something. Nah,
Everyone out there that's listened to Magic, tell T
Yeah, please,
about
man.
the album, please.
They got tracks called Meet Joe Black. You're saying, I'm sure it's not the UK Joe Black.
No, man.
Why not, man?
It's Meet Joe Black.
Aye.
You don't remember that film with
Shout out to Joe Black, Kalashnikov,
Meet Joe
Skinny
Black,
Man.
the one with the
all-
the
they're all
white guy,
veterans.
the white guy where he did the Jamaican accent to the woman in the bed. What's his name, man?
What?
DiCaprio. Is it DiCaprio? No, Brad Pitt.
That's how you remember Brad Pitt.
Brad
He
Pitt.
done the Jamaican accent in bed. What we
In the
where-
film, Meet Joe Black.
What the? I don't
Oh,
know that
man.
film. I don't know that film either. Wait, did you say? See this look. See how we got into this conversation, yeah? Because you was like, oh, he's got Benny Banks on there.
Yeah, it was Benny the Butcher.
He just tried to skip past that completely. Like, man, just jumped onto the Nas album, like, just brush it under the carpet like it never happened.
My
And you're-
disclaimer
you're-
is the first thing we
Yes.
when I walk here.
Oh,
when
yeah,
I walked in here
I
was,
believe you're a
I'm
New
not
York rap
well,
fan.
man. I'm not well, bro.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, so I am a New York rap fan. Seriously.
All right, so
Yeah.
Magic I've never heard of, man, but the track list was interesting. I'm like Woo for the Children, Meet Joe Black, got some
Yeah, it's
Premier
got
on
some
there.
Premier on there. It's
Yeah.
a real good album.
Okay,
Yeah, take a listen.
ramp to the promo on that then.
What's
Has it got Hit Boy producing it?
Yes.
This is my protocol for
Yes.
Nas albums now.
He is
I
Hit
need
Boy-
I
Hit
need
Boy is
Hit Boy
all
to
over the
produce
album.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Kanye decapitates Pete.
Oh yeah, he chopped his head off, didn't he? It was mad about
you seen
that,
the
boy.
video?
Yeah, I have. Yeah. What did you think of that?
I like the song.
Yeah. It's
I
alright,
like,
it's
I'm,
alright.
I like Game in it. I like Game in it.
You know what it is with
So-
Game? Oh, Shadi was say, bro, did you see the way my man chucked down that bottle of fucking...
I've seen Game do that in real life. We performed with the Game in it twice.
When?
Back in the day, Chung Fam.
I'm not as... Yui was manager of Chung Fam. Then he came to the label. We were signed to his label. We never got a Game feature. You
got a genuine and what's it called? J Holiday feature though.
No, we didn't. No,
did?
we performed in the same stage as
Yeah,
Genuine
same
and Jay
thing,
Holiday.
man. Same
We did
thing,
not get
man.
a feature.
You didn't get a feature, but you performed. You opened up for them.
Genuine didn't even nod his head. Jay Holiday was cool. Genuine was like, who the fuck are these niggas, man?
But yeah, we did the same. Open up for the Game, and I've seen him do that in real life.
Oh.
He chugged a whole bottle of Hennessy, opened it up,
Bro, if that's a lot. But
chugged it,
tequila?
yeah, and then
Tequila?
chugged a bottle of Moet champagne.
Aye.
What straight after, bro? Then I saw the tequila on Drink Champs. Oh my
That's
god,
insane. I can't chug the whole bottle of this water.
Bro.
So how the hell you done that with
He
tequila?
was normal.
I don't know.
that's the
Bro,
worst
he
thing.
kept talking like he was
Kept talking
normal.
like he was normal.
Yeah.
There was a little about 5 minutes, yeah, where he was, yeah. But apart from that,
Yeah.
his conversation, everything straight, normal.
Built different.
Built different.
That explains like a lot of time I think Game is so like schizophrenic. That explains it, bro. Cause like you cannot be functioning normally if that's how you're drinking on a regular basis.
A man wanted to do both of them at the same time.
Yeah, man was like,
They literally stopped him.
No,
That's the-
I have never seen Nori try to stop people
I
from
know.
drinking before. Bare times it's like, no, man, just take a shot. Just take a shot.
But it's like no. So yeah, I like Game. So the song for me was I like the song.
Yeah,
the
the
video
song-
for
song's
me.
alright. I like the
whole
video. I like the video.
Black and white concept.
Yeah.
amazing.
Artistic.
Yeah. Very artistic. That decapitation of Pete thing.
Why?
I
Why
don't
she
understand
do that,
why
man?
you wanna. For me, I don't understand. Music's kind of a it's a timeless thing. Yeah, and I know people do things in the moment. Yeah, but why you wanna portray that aspect? Yeah, for in a video that's gonna be around for a lot longer than your beef with fucking Pete
I got a
Davidson.
theory. This is how this is Kanye sells how he sells. So or how the kind of the ethos of his recording is to kind of make every moment music. So he's gonna have this whole divorce is gonna play out so dramatically that it's gonna be headline. She's got a new man. He's going to rinse that to the fullest from
Yeah, we
using
didn't
it in
actually
videos.
talk about that last week. How, to be honest, very stalkerish.
Very stalkerish.
Like that shit is not right.
Nah,
like,
it's just-
yeah, great. He's Kanye, but that shit is not right. Like,
Yeah.
the woman doesn't want to be with you no more. Like, she's the mother of your children. Leave her the fuck alone.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's just. I just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it
Like-
gets to that stage where it's like,
think about
what
it,
is what's
okay.
going on here?
If North, his daughter, yeah, had a guy that she was with, yeah, didn't want to leave her alone, and was doing all that in the media, him as a father, yeah, how would he feel?
Yeah, no, obviously it's madness. It's like
It's insane.
It's madness still.
But because he's this billionaire, everyone's like, oh, we're on Kanye's side, and as you said last week, he will use his color and his race.
I think he might have crossed the line for like the kind of like new woke generation with the decapitation. I think that's like where they're like, whoa, I'm getting off this Kanye train. But I can see he manipulates every situation for maximum amount of everything, press, sales. So that video, to be honest, without the decapitation, we've been talking about it in the same way.
No.
Nah,
won't talk about
I
that
only
video
watched
at all.
it because I heard he cuts off man's head, and I was like, okay, all right, let me have a look at that then. But yeah, it's genius marketing when you think about it.
That is him, guys. Kanye.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think it's a two-pack thing as well of like living every moment out publicly and there's a thing in artists of making your life the performance. So you live your life fully through your music and everything, and people kind of relate to you because they relate to your highs, your lows, your ups and downs.
like
so
you're a normal person, basically.
yeah.
Right.
So he feels like he's representing divorced fathers and this whole kind of thing right now.
Yeah, but God forbid if I was to have a divorce, that's not the way I would want it to go down.
And the thing is, Pete Davidson, that is the most casual man on the planet.
True.
So if there's anyone who's is gonna go over his head and he ain't gonna give a fuck, he's gonna laugh at you, it's that guy. So it's kind of like pointless. I'm sure he's not scared. I'm sure he's not worried. I'm sure he's not hurt or offended. He's just like, look at this. Kanye's got me again. Like, just a waste of time, really, innit?
But musically, as we were both in the music industry, his new thing about releasing his album on his music player, so he could get 100% of his money. What's your thoughts on that?
You can do that if you're Kanye.
STEM player. That's
Yeah.
what it's called. STEM player.
I think it's a chance you can take if you're in those shoes, because he has got a kind of fanatical fan base that will go in and do the most to listen to his music. So yeah, I think he can do that, and it's a genius thing to do. You can pull it off. Like, why give the money to cut the money with them and them and them? You can do it all yourself. Yeah.
Of course. But
Just now you can have all like the little artists trying to do it. You can have like I don't know, give me a little artist. Give me a little artist. Give me like
Little Dirk.
huh?
Little Dirk.
Nah, man, that's nah, he's not a little artist no
I
more,
know,
bro.
I
That's
know.
like
I just
he's a
felt like
global
throwing that in
superstar
there.
now. Yeah.
I know, man. Anyway,
You can have like YK
fucking
Osiris.
Soldier Boy.
Again, you say that big about Big Soldier, he'll let you
I
know.
know.
He'll let you know.
I know. Soldier
Pioneering
make you
again.
know. I'm not lying. But yeah. YK Osiris.
Yeah, you say for the average artist, it's not gonna go well. You try and release your music on your own thing, and then you got to go buy the special. Was it like tablet?
I don't know. But I've seen it. It's like a little Bluetooth speaker.
Yeah,
Like a little small Bluetooth speaker. Apparently, you press the buttons and it plays the music differently.
this guy's having the time of his life. It explains to everybody. It's great to watch. I'm just glad I'm not on that train.
So that's all I had to discuss this week. You know,
Oh, for real? You
real,
got
for
no more.
real.
You got no more subjects for us.
that was the subjects we
That
had to
is
discuss.
shocking.
On our
As a
show,
producer, man, I
as a
really feel-
producer,
I
you
really
know,
feel
our
like
show is for an hour. You know, it's run for the hour.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as a producer, I believe I'm on time. I'm in check. So
Okay, can I ask you some questions? I'd like just to
Okay.
delve into
why not?
into yourself.
Oh, interesting.
Okay, so tell us more about your history. As you were the manager of Chung Fam. How
Okay.
did Chung Fam come together?
Okay. Manager, Chung Fam is a bit of a broad word because we had a manager.
Okay, all right,
Who was
okay,
Victor.
all right.
Yeah,
Cool.
who is Victor. But Chung Fam came together because in my front room,
I want to see if you. This is a conversation we've had. I want to see whether he's gonna stand on that statement.
so let me no. Right. So Chung Fam came about because I wanted to set up a record label, yeah?
Right.
Like, if you want to be real, I wanted to be Diddy, yeah?
Right,
I
yeah.
wanted to be Sean Diddy Cole.
Can I say I gave you the nickname You Diddy?
I know.
Was that a happy day in your life?
That was a happy day
You
in my
smile
life.
like
because
I
I've
thought that-
always wanted that, but you know,
I don't
it
feel that
came-
was really
it came about
friends
10 years
until
later.
I don't feel that was really friends until the day I called you Diddy, and then suddenly, yo, you is my guy.
That came 10 years later. That's so funny. So I wanted to have a record label.
Can I just say, when we first met you, we wanted to rush him. This is, I don't know if you know this story,
No,
but
don't.
so Jay, like Yui would be like, you would be the one that deliver the news. So something might happen, and then you would be like, oh, make sure you come to the studio on time. But this nigga used to chat to man in such a way. He was looking at like, who you talking to? I remember calling Jay say, yo, bro, we're gonna rush this guy. And it's like, nah, you can't do that, you can't do that. Da, 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 da. And then we're glad we did it because we love you. But yeah, that's
Imagine. Right. Yeah. No, but you know, I had to talk to you guys in the authoritative, bossy way.
Yeah,
like
really.
studio time was precious,
it
man.
really wasn't that Diddy shit. Like,
Yeah, of course,
yeah.
man. You know, so making the band shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that kind of pressure there, boy.
But
Jeez.
you know, get the best out of you.
What do you feel like?
So,
Why do you...
let's not lose the
I'm not even gonna
topic.
ask that
Yeah.
question. Go on.
Let's get back
To you.
Yeah. To me.
Okay.
Anyway, but yeah, so I wanted to own a record label and we called it Chung Records, yeah, because I had Andrew Scandal.
Big up, Scan.
Now, he for me was the most talented artist I'd ever encountered.
Yeah. Scan it, a wicked singer, you know.
Most talented artist I'd ever
This is
encountered.
why I feel you
So,
failed as a manager.
I
No, I would have done. I would have made him. I would have made him like the UK Drake.
He was Drake before Drake, but he never
Exactly.
wanted to be
But
Drake.
He don't
He
want to
don't like
sing, does
singing.
he?
No,
I don't get that.
he doesn't want to do
sings
that
and like
soft
women
shit.
just go, oh,
He
they
doesn't
just.
wanna- he doesn't want to do that soft shit because when he does the rapping, it's like it feels it contradicts. But because before there wasn't Drake.
There weren't a lane for like
Exactly,
to do both.
there
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
Drake.
yeah,
There wasn't
yeah,
a lane to do both. So it's either you can't be doing that hard rapping shit, and then all of a sudden you're singing them soft songs.
Yeah.
So he didn't really want to.
Was there
cross
like
that line
was
and-
there a group you had beef with at the time? Who was like your rivals when Chung Fam came out? There's always someone who's like a little
Our main
tension.
rival, to be honest with you, was Sway. Sway the Suffolk.
Oh,
Do you
right. I
remember
was
that?
say one man was just taking on the whole group like that.
No, it's not even like no. It wasn't in the case of rival as in a beef group thing.
Yeah,
It was a
but-
case of rival in terms of
Opportunities.
Sway got the opportunities.
Yeah, I
Yes.
definitely hear that.
Sway got the opportunities.
This is what
that
you
we
kids need
didn't
to hear
get.
as well. In that era there, yeah, just before you lot, there was like
only.
one. It was like the Highlander.
One only.
You got your sponsorship deal. One
One
urban
only.
artist only.
One only.
This platform here, one
One
urban.
only.
Yeah, it was like a one in thing. So you had to wait your time like
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
And if there's someone else at the time who was getting that look, then you were gonna get the look.
At all. So that was Sway. Yeah,
Mm.
in our era, in our exact time that we came out, for us, that was Sway. Sway got all the
Okay.
highlights. So for us, it wasn't even that we beefed. We didn't really care about Sway, but it was just, fuck, Sway's got that opportunity.
Mm. Was he
again.
like, fuck you guys?
No, Sway, apparently Sway's a cool guy, man. I never really
was
met him
like, yeah,
personally,
yeah.
but to me, he was always, like, I know his boy, what was his name? Pirelli. Yeah, I've met Pirelli. Pirelli was cool. So I've met
Oh,
Pirelli
I
many
remember
times.
that, I remember
Pirelli
that,
was really
alright,
cool.
yeah.
Pirelli was safe, and Pirelli never ever said any bad word that.
We need like a UK drink champs almost to kind of celebrate for
It's
artists.
true. It's
that,
true.
Like, and to be real, them man can say they don't get their flowers. UK artists do not get anything, not even like a petal thrown in their direction.
Nope.
Where do you hear people shouting that? Like again, big up Skinny Man, big up Kalashnikov. I'll even say Funky DL. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like artists you just will never hear about again. What was my guys? Malachi, the guy from Peckham, man.
Which one's that?
He had like one track that was rotating around MTV heavy at the time. It was a time when
Malachi. That Malachi name sounds familiar.
yeah.
Did he have dreads or something?
No, I don't believe he did.
No.
Random though, but yeah,
Oh,
man, there's like a
there
lot
was
of artists
so
that
many
kind of
artists, so many artists that shaped the music, like we're literally doing UK music.
Yeah.
You know, when UK music really wasn't a thing.
Did you guys get the wily Skinny Man Kalashnikov backlash? So what we got with like a lot of places we go to, whether it be like magazines or manager, like just the whole kind of industry was kind of like, oh, them man have been kind of unreliable with certain things.
Okay.
And it was like a skepticism to kind of
To
like
kind of book you because
yeah,
you might
yeah.
be just as unreliable.
Yeah, and there's always them same three names that were given. Like
We got the, see, for us, yeah, to book shows was harder because we wasn't grime or garage. Yeah? So we got that problem. So like you see now, all these artists have bookings everywhere. Like you can do a sold out concert, you can do this.
there was the ban on like
As
hip hop concerts at the time as well. Hip hop
Hip-hop?
shows.
No, we
Yeah.
would not. Like it would. The only time we would get a booking would be like they would have to be. It would have to be kind of like a underground, like a club show that someone's just decided. You know what? They've watched Channel U. They've watched Chung so much.
Yeah,
they want to
yeah,
pay
yeah.
their money and book us. But for the big shows, it was straight garage artists, grime artists. They would get all the bookings because. I believe them times there, if you think about it, everyone was on sets and garage and grime artists can rhyme to a DJ set. They can chat to a DJ set.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
they would
yeah,
get
yeah,
them
yeah,
bookings. For us to then stop and do our hip hop or R&B song, they always felt it was boring and like it would stop the rotation, you know what I mean?
Remember there was the ban on like just any kind of almost like urban artists. I think it's after So Solid, man. I think they
Yeah,
might
that
have been
happened
like
after 2000, about 2001.
yeah.
Like literally, obviously, there was the shootings, there was the fights,
Yeah,
everything.
that was yeah. We
They
ran
just
into a
literally had
lot
the
of-
ban
Yeah.
on any urban acts performing anywhere. Like it was just done. And then even in around 2006 or 7, there was the ban on like black people doing events in the city.
was like it weren't cool that was it? So what did
Of
that?
course it wasn't called that. It was just
What-
it was just
what was
promoters.
the- yeah.
It was just like imagine
Yeah,
this, yeah.
yeah,
You've been
yeah,
doing
yeah,
like
yeah.
I remember if you talk to those guys that used to do an event called City Love, they used to do all these events in the city, yeah. So imagine all these events been going on, and then all of a sudden you're trying to book a show, you're trying to book a venue, no. Trying to book a venue, no. What they'll do is they'll say, here's this police thing that you have to go through, this, and then all of a sudden that didn't come through and promoters weren't getting booked in the city. Like it was crazy.
I wonder when that like
But then
officially
they
changed.
came back because they needed our money.
Money, exactly. That's what I was gonna say. The amount. I feel like there's probably as much, if not more, drama nowadays. But obviously, the money's
The money's
the
there.
money,
Exactly.
the
The
money's
money's there,
yeah,
innit? So
yeah.
they know we need them. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So that's the problem. With
We
that.
pretty much are. I don't know. I'm not really tuning into like the pop scene in Lord knows how long. But I'm guessing we pretty much are like the popular music right now.
I say we pretty much are.
Yeah, I don't
because
know who-
most of the number ones or the top 10s are urban artists.
Yeah, I don't even know like outside artists. I don't know who like the pop stars of today are. Who the like
No, they are the pop
soft
stars of
rock
today, you
stars.
know,
Like
there's-
who? Name me
What,
some
are you
artists
talking
right now.
about UK or are you talking about in general?
UK. So who's like who would be
wow.
kind of
UK. No, I was thinking.
in general? in
Dua
general,
Lipa,
then.
for example, Dua Lipa. You've got people like Dua Lipa. You've got people like what's that girl that my daughter likes?
Is see, that's the name.
Shit.
Is she still big? I remember he saying that name a few years ago. Is
Oh
she
yeah,
like,
she's still big. She's doing a sold out concert in the O2 like this year.
How do you know these things?
I don't know. Doja Cat, that's her name. Doja Cat. I would say Doja Cat is the #1 pop artist in the world right
Is she?
now. If it's not probably Billie Eilish, but Doja Cat.
You know, I remember how I remember Doja Cat is she had a tune and she just mooed on that tune. She was like, it was just a cow tune. She was mooing and shit, and I thought, what the fuck? So to hear now she's the biggest pop artist in the world, that's crazy to me.
Yeah, I would say that's one of them.
But she's still like what? Is she not like hip hop urban kind of?
She is.
Yeah.
But hip hop urban is. Oh, so you're talking about
Yes, pop star.
Let's
Like,
just
who's the?
who's
Yeah, like
who's
so
white,
we had
who's-
no. All right, so you had a lane that was
who's One
pop.
Direction.
You had
who's
your
Take
One
That, who's-
Directions. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Whether Harry Styles is like,
I swear there isn't even a boy band out these days.
I don't know. I know there's like K-pop groups.
Yeah, that's K-pop.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's like a British American boy band out these days. There's not even a girl band. Little Mix have just broken up.
Okay, yeah, your finger is on this pulse, isn't it?
You know, you have to you have to understand.
Yeah,
the,
no, you
the
gotta be
background,
unilateral.
So no, that's quite.
So recently we are the urban
Obviously
scene.
Adele,
Oh yeah.
Adele.
There you go.
Ed
There's
Sheeran, Ed
Huh?
Sheeran,
Ed Sheeran.
Oh, how'd you
You
say
do
his
that.
name?
Ed Sheeran. You do that on
Ed
purpose, man.
Sheeran.
Say alcohol.
Alcohol.
Hey, listen. For the years I've known you, this guy says alcohol. For some reason, he cannot say alcohol.
Alcohol.
Today on the podcast,
Alcohol.
for the first time, because it's public asthma,
Live.
suddenly he can say alcohol. It's crazy.
Yeah, you know. But hey, so yeah, those are the pop artists at the time.
Yeah. So, but Ed Sheeran and Adele, they're not like. So teenagers aren't going to. Teenage girls are not throwing their panties at Ed Sheeran.
Hell no.
Teenagers are not coming up to like Adele, like, oh my god, Adele posters on my wall.
Nope.
So, yeah, I guess they are like the ballady pop stars, but I don't feel like they're like the envisionment of a lot of words we don't understand being used today. The envisionment of pop music, the embodiment of pop music. Say like, take that word pop. You looked at them and you thought pop. Spice Girls, you looked at them, you thought pop. Little Mix, you look at them, you say pop.
Shall I give you a perfect, funny example of Google search right now of the top 10 2020, 21 pop artists, right? Ava Max, Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, Dua Lipa, Taylor Swift.
You're running through these. You got slow
Slow
down. My
down,
brain
okay.
don't move that quickly.
Ava Max, I don't know who that is.
All right, no, I don't know who that is.
Cardi B,
Yeah,
Megan Thee
all right,
Stallion.
Pop. Wait. Party
Hip-hop,
B,
hip-hop.
hip hop. Megan Thee Stallion, hip hop.
Yep.
All right.
Dua Lipa.
All right. What does she do?
I would say it's that kind of dance pop music, man.
Every like unwashed chick used to listen to her back in the day. Go on.
Taylor Swift. Now Taylor Swift is
Yeah, that is
pop.
pop. That is
Yeah.
pop.
and we got Shawn Mendes.
Okay, I don't know what that is.
Some white guy that plays the piano, I think.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen him somewhere. Ariana Grande.
That's pop. Okay, so yeah.
But Ariana Grande though she's an R&B influence. Now. She's got R&B influence in her music.
But I
I'd
can't.
call her a young Christina Aguilera. So if you kind of remember what kind of the songs
Yeah, she
Christina
was kinda
Aguilera
like-
kind of
yeah,
used to
yeah,
do,
yeah.
I'd call her someone would hate me
All
for
right,
saying
but
that.
even if you're a pop
that's what
star
I'd-
like that, are you not given the majority of songs you're gonna be given will be kind of in an R&B vein or new school hip hop vein?
Yeah, they would be because that is the popular culture
Yeah.
of today.
Yeah.
And last on the list is Justin Bieber.
Is Bieber still relevant like that?
Yeah, still relevant. Still
Okay.
about.
I mean, when you say that list, yeah, I don't think there's any new, or the only ones I've not heard of is like your AV Max and the piano guy.
Shawn Mendes.
Right, so that would be, I would say, the new artist, and I'm not sure whether I'm right in saying that, just the artists I don't know yet. But the rest are kind of like established artists have been around for the last 10 years or so.
Yep.
So
there's no new one that's actually blowing up.
So
really.
you're a record label right now, you're not signing, you're not looking for like pop.
No, they're not.
Yeah,
no,
nah,
they're not. They're
nah.
looking for someone with a bit of their own individuality, their own
If you could release,
I would say, touch on urban music.
if you could release an artist right now, if you could sign an artist right now, what
What,
would you
UK?
look for in an artist?
UK,
Yeah, in the UK.
I would look for.
Now I want everything. I want to know whether they're black, white, tall, short, music style. Like, what is it? What lifestyle?
I would look for a black, British, African.
Wow, that is so bad. See this? We gotta stop this Caribbean v African.
You asked me about exactly
Why?
kind
Why?
of
What
vibe.
we said Jamaican can't get a break.
No, I'm just saying that the Afro diaspora right now is stronger than the Caribbean diaspora. So if we talk
yeah.
about musically, in
True.
terms of Afro beats over bashment and reggae,
True.
Afro beats is winning. So you asked me for a musical artist.
Yeah, I can't
At
even.
this time, that's why I would pick a black British
Okay.
African.
Right.
Now,
Wait. That's a very like loose term. We say African. That's so. Can we
Okay.
be more specific on that?
Okay. Yeah, Nigerian.
So, I'm just feeling a lot of biases in this right now. Not even Congolese.
Nigerian.
Okay.
Maybe Ghanaian, but Nigerian.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
Tall.
All right.
You asked for tall. Now, musical style.
Why
yeah,
tall? Why tall?
Because, come on.
That was a requirement in like everything up until kind of the 90s. That was an artist you had to be short. They always wanted artists to be short.
Yeah, because they look good on camera.
Is that yeah
They look
for
good
that?
on
Yeah,
camera. Yeah. But now, obviously, you've got we're social media based. So you see people in real life on their phones and
So
a
you
tall
specifically
person-
trying to buck that trend and you want a tall person.
yeah.
Okay.
So and then musical style, would definitely be someone who can rap, sing,
Right.
yeah, and someone who can show their natural, their culture in their music naturally without being a force.
Afrobeats.
That's their culture, innit? Yeah. But in a, I don't know, in a unique British way. It's really hard to put, but in a unique British way. They can show their culture in a unique British way.
What's a unique
That's-
British way? So, all right. So,
All right, you know, like, for example, Jay Huss, yeah?
right.
Jay Huss is a good example of that. Jay Huss, yeah, he shows his African culture, but he does it in a unique
Would you like
East
them to
London
be? Would
way.
you like them to be gang related, or would you like a clean living artist?
As a, what is this as a label or is this as a manager?
As anything that's gonna make you money, what would you
It's got to be
want?
gang related, man.
See what I'm saying? It's see.
Not even
there.
gang related. He just has to
Whoa.
be
Yeah,
has to
Shank.
understand the streets. I
Right,
don't want someone that doesn't understand the streets.
right. So when you say understand, you can understand the street, but kind of stay clear. Do you want someone with a record? Do you want someone that's likely to stab a man and get
In
that
this
PR?
in this current climate, if I'm looking for an artist that's going to sell, I need that whole authenticity.
You want King Shooter. You
that
want the shoot.
whole
You want the shooter.
authenticity. I want someone that's
So,
but can leave the game when it comes to making music.
mm,
See, because that's hard. That's the other hard balance.
this is the thing though. So we complain about like labels kind of pushing a certain type, and we get like, yo, they're trying to perpetuate the stereotype and bring on the culture. But it is money. So anyone in
Yeah.
that position kind of sees, oh, what's hot right now?
It's hot right now, yeah.
Dum. And you can accuse people of anything. It's probably being narrow vision in terms of, can I create the next thing? No one wants to take that chance with their money. Everyone wants what's going to sell right now.
Yes, I'm not saying that. If I was to have a label, for example, I wouldn't have a label full of those artists.
Right.
I would have a balance. But if you're asking me for one artist right now that I would want to make money from or would want that artist to propel, it would be that kind of artist.
Yeah, you gotta have some edge to you. If I look at like on the US thing, I look at like Gucci Man at 10, 17 records, whatever, and he signed nothing but like the most credible young kiddies across America. So and then you look at a year later or so, they're all in jail. They're all like Fujano and Pusha T, all them lads, like the roster's kind of, you had to build the roster back up.
Yeah. No, you need
That is a
you
gamble
need
you
normal
take.
characters, that will go on the feature with that popular artist. Because when something happens to that one, or you've got those to back up.
Yeah, you kind of need like the
And you've got
steady
those
ones.
to cleanse the industry as well, if that makes sense.
Okay, so rats. Okay,
Because one thing you got to realize is right now, that's current and that's what people want to listen to, yeah? But that's because that's what's pushed into their faces, yeah? Now, if there is a whole batch of new school rappers like that are just coming through one after the other, and that's what the wave is then. It's like when the Kanye did that whole backpackers wave, yeah? We suddenly went from, Jay-Z, the ex-drug dealer, to Kanye and the backpackers. It's people are very perceptive. People
You know
are
what?
so easily swayed.
You know what I say though? Like, so you're saying like it's current. I remember like even back in the days like the early UK hip hop, there was like the first batch of rappers really were like the kind.
Conscious.
I call them the Camden mob. And it's all like, pain, heartache, Palestine, pain, heartache, Palestine. I like, you know what I'm saying though? It was like all kind of, man, woke up, Bonner Smith looked out my window, damn, dark days outside,
Yeah.
smoke more indo. Like it was just like all that kind of thing. And then it weren't really, it kind of got a buzz, but there's always like this feeling you was waiting for that 50 Cent of the UK, like you're looking for, you know what I mean? So when you started getting the more active artists involved, that's when the UK hip hop scene started, and that's when even other countries started taking
notice.
No, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. The drill has really made people
George just
take-
elevated.
yeah,
I
elevated.
think, you know what, with drill, I feel that's when like suddenly I've never heard US artists crediting UK artists so much. because they're using beats from us. A lot of them been influenced by like drill artists from the UK. So it's kind of definitely breached that gap of respect in terms of like.
Drill is the one sound that I would say has really crossed borders. You know, we've got Australian drill.
Yeah.
You know, we've got
Yeah.
You know, drill, like we've got drill everywhere these days.
Yeah.
So it's something that the UK scene has actually pushed, propelled. And what is drill?
Yeah, amongst violence. This is the reality people really need to like come to terms with. Whether we're talking Hollywood, we're talking music, violence is what people want almost. It kind of even like, look, I'll even break it down to like a basic psychological level of like, say, a woman now or a younger girl. They always want that bad boy. That's the first thing they want. They might learn, oh shit, that nigga's always gonna be inside, he's gonna do this, he's gonna do that, and they learn to grow away from it. But that is almost the imagery that like they want. And it's the same thing as kids, you perpetuate to gangster films rather than like rom-coms. You know what I mean? So it's kind of something innately in us sometimes, I wonder, that kind of just thirsts for it.
Your human nature is animalistic.
Animalistic.
It is.
Yeah.
In general, to be fair.
Yeah, I guess it really is.
Our whole thing is to control and it's to take power of everything.
Are we moving away
at the end
from?
of the day, if you think about it, humans are just another animal on this planet.
We are. So
but we have decided to be.
This is the thing. So are we not then in that case moving away from nature? If godliness is nature, and we're moving away from that towards like an artificial, falsely created reality, is that not a part of it? Is that not like the whole kind of... So there was an era where a war would be like, war, yes, good, back the country, war. And now it's like any kind of visions of people hurting, people really feel that now. Like the empathy has grown. Is that not moving away from like our original humanity?
What do you mean?
Like, so like I say, the era before, people kind of be like more war orientated, like...
So but before,
people were very much more kind of willing to accept like that kind of thing, whereas now it's kind of like more.
But you've got to look at the difference though. So before, when there was a war, images were not depicted as much because we didn't have that technology.
But we was in it. So say World War II, when like everyone was in it, you didn't have to look at the news. You could see it all around you, kind of thing, and everyone hated it, but people definitely backed it more. There's definitely more of like I don't know. I always just feel like for a government, if you said I want to attack a country where